Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Tanja Thigpen. I also go by Pod Time Don on social media. As you saw from the title, this video is about what I've learned being over 40 and having been laid off a year ago, and what I've learned in this last year. Just a little bit of backstory. I was the head of video production for a company called Wondery, and Wondery made podcasts, and they were owned by Amazon, so I was effectively an Amazon employee. I was laid off early August, and next month, August 4th, will be a year. And I was just sitting there reflecting on that, and I wanted to make a video about it. This is not going to be edited. I'm just going, go straight through. It's going to be off the cuff, but not really, because I do have some notes here that I want to make sure that I hit on and touch on. So I'm gonna look down at these from time to time. It's just going to be straight, raw, authentic. So I was working for Wondery / Amazon for about 4 years. Produced a lot of great content. I started the video show, built the framework for Kiki Palmer's video show, podcast, a show with Nick Cannon, a show with Monica Lewinsky's show came out of some of the work that I've done. The Kelsey brothers, New Heights, worked on that. Just a lot of really cool experiences over that 4-year period. And all of a sudden that just came to a stop, right? And the first thing that happens is that we start to think of all the things that we will not be able to continue or manage now that we don't have steady income, or now that we don't have this job. And just like anybody else, I was worried about paying my rent, paying my bills, what my quality of life will be like. I like to have nice dinners and go out with my friends and travel. I was worried about what was going to happen to those things. And the first thing that I've learned over this last year is that things genuinely do work themselves out. I did not go back into a corporate job. I didn't get a job. I have been doing some other stuff, which I'll let y'all know by the end of this video. But genuinely, things work themselves out. I live in downtown Chicago. I'm from the south side of Chicago. I'm from Inglewood. I come from modest beginnings, very, very modest. I live in downtown Chicago. I'm still in my place a year later. Have not had any past due bills, have not had any past due rent. And I have immense gratitude for that. But things have genuinely worked themselves out. I have been able to earn and sustain myself. At the end of next month, I'll be going to Nashville with a friend for her birthday. I'm going to Mexico with my mom for her 60th birthday. And so I've been able to sustain the things that I wanted to sustain. The next thing is that it is imperative to take time to yourself, to quiet everything around you and get focused in the direction you want to go in. I didn't have a plan all drawn out, still don't, but I had a direction. I wrote some things down, I reflected, I took some time off, not jumping right back into the rat race and looking for a job and trying to get money right away. I took some time to reflect on the years before, what I had done in my life up until that point, and what will be the way forward. So I had to take that time. And so that's the second thing that I learned. And then the third thing is that this is just a different time. When I went to school, I was told, go to school, get a job, work for a company 30, 40 years, retire, you all good. This is just not that time. You have to be adaptable. Even as you get older, you have to be adaptable. I know that there's all these different factors. There's AI, there's this, there's that. But truly, everyone has a set of skills, something they know, something that they do well, you have to take time to think about what that actually is for you. All these folks around here have a side hustle. People that I meet in this building, people that I meet in my just goings about every day, a lot of them work a job, a lot of them don't, but everybody is doing something on the side to generate revenue. Gone are the days of the relationship between employer and employee where it's just this long, loving relationship that our fathers and grandfathers have talked to us about. Like, gone are those days. You have to have a side hustle. You have to monetize something that you're doing. And like really be realistic about what it is you want that thing to bring you. It might not be that you have to live this lavish life. You know, it's not that for me. I want to live a comfortable life. I don't have to be on yachts and in San Tropez and Turks and Caicos, or maybe I do want to experience that. But it's all in due time. Like I want to be happy and comfortable and content before anything. So getting clear on that and positioning myself with the current state of just industry and life and capitalism was really, really important. Which leads me to this last thing is that like, well, it's all a part of it. Like people either want things fast, inexpensive, or super high quality. And if you can deliver whatever that thing is that you know how to do, in 2 out of 3 of those, you probably got something viable that can make you some money. And lastly, the way that I have generated money is that I co-founded a podcast production company with 2 other founders that were also laid off from Wondery / Amazon. One was the head of podcasting at Netflix before she came to Wondery, so she was the head of limited series at Wondery. The other one was the head of international marketing. And she's worked for Paramount, Nickelodeon, you know, I have a background, I worked at Apple, you know, and one of my co-founders also worked at Apple. So together, we put our heads together to create this other thing. And that last thing, and that spawns the idea of like, utilize your community. You've come across people, you've met people, there are people in your immediate circle that if you have a conversation, you might find that there's something that they can offer, that you can offer, that just works together. Like, talk to the people around you. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people that have been laid off in this past year. There are a lot of people looking for work. Maybe you're the catalyst, you're the leader to get them together to say, hey, let's do this thing. I got this idea. But yeah, so we started Type C Studios, and you know, over the past year we've been doing consulting work. We do podcast production, video and audio, from development through distribution. We can develop the concept, spin up the production, do the go-to-market strategy, market it, get you in front of audiences. And you know, if you do want this additional service, we also work with partners that can sell your podcast on the other end. We've been working with companies, brands, and independent creators, which has really been fun over the past year. But what all of this has taught me is that like we have so much control over our destiny. Particularly if you're like almost middle age, you know some things. You've been around the block. You've experienced some things, okay? And there's a lot of people our age and younger that could use some of the knowledge, some of the direction, some of the mentorship that we can offer. And let me just take a look at here. Oh, we also work with public media companies. But But yeah, like, to go back to my first point, everything generally works itself out. Do I struggle sometimes from month to month? Yes, I do. Like, sometimes I got to get creative about certain things and get creative about how I'm going to travel to this place or how I'm going to do this thing. You know, sometimes I do have to get creative. Well, it's getting kind of loud right now. Okay, music playing, blah, blah, blah. All right. Yeah, sometimes I have to get creative, but not in a way that's like detrimental or doing anything that's not legal. It's just, it all has worked itself out. And so I want to get into the habit of making these kind of videos. This is the direction I think I'm gonna go in for the foreseeable future. And yeah, and hopefully this video reaches you. If it did, and you learned something from it, or something resonated with you, or you've been laid off and you have an experience or some tidbits that you can offer, please drop them in the comments. I appreciate your time and attention.